I guess Dovin's pretty good with Hero. Alright, so, Bant Hero. This is Hero of Precinct One. I'm sure you've seen it if you've been playing Standard, but if you haven't, every time you play a multicolored creature spell, this gets 1/1, makes it 1/1 white human. This is kind of like one of the cards that, like, there's so many different places this card can go in Standard that finding the correct shell to fit it into is really difficult. Like, Wyatt Darby had the Esper build. We've played some Mardu builds that are kind of aristocrat style or aggro decks with heroic reinforcements. We played a Bant deck that was scaling up into March of the Multitudes before. This build is a little bit more mid-rangey with Knight of Autumn, Deputy of Detention, Frilled Mystic, and then going up into Hydroid Krasis. So actual everything in this deck triggers Hero, which I don't think that's a requirement. I usually want probably 20 plus things. This card's kind of interesting. I'm always interested in, like, trying to find combat playable constructed playable combat tricks. Ugh, words. And this one seems like it could maybe be that. So let's dive into a couple of best of 3 matches here and see how it goes. Combat playable constructed tricks. Words. The words were all there. They were just, it was a word scramble. You had to sort it out. Sure. Yeah, Wyatt's Esper build's definitely very good. Thought Erasure into Thief of Sanity is such a fantastic curve. Obviously, our deck is incredibly powerful here. Didn't even have to show him what we were doing. I'm gonna click submit. Well, combat tricks that return cards to the top of their owner's library, those are like, those are more removal spells than combat tricks, really. Okay, this hand needs a white source, but we're on the draw. We've got a couple of growth spirals here. Opponent mulligan to 6. Poor OP. Poor opponent. They playing the Gates deck? Woof. Woof. Sometimes, you know what, sometimes you're just like, it's midnight, I've mulliganed too many times, I've had enough magic for the day. Sometimes you had enough magic for the day. Seth Boniface, thank you very much for the 6-month resubscription. I really appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me employed here. Thanks for the half a year. This deck is really strong, incredibly powerful. All of my empirical evidence indicates that this deck is unbeatable, and Wizard should probably step in and ban it. Why Cry of Canarium? Older over Golden Demise? Well, unless you think your deck is regularly going to be hitting the City's Blessing for Golden Demise, you should probably be playing Cry, because Cry of Canarium has upside against Afterlife cards and things like Judith. Maybe they put us on like a Nexus of Fate deck. No, best of 3 ranked is just hidden. In the upper right-hand corner of the main login screen of Magic Arena, there's a little toggle that you have to click to hit enable all game modes. I really wish WotC would tell people that was there. All right, so they're at 18. I think I want to just play Applied Biomancy to make a 1/1 here. I'm going to Applied Biomancy to make a 1/1 here, because I'm going to be, like, holding up Frilled Mystic. I just kind of want to be as aggressive as possible. This puts a lot of pressure into play here. Just like adds 4 power and stops their ramp and their card draw. Alright, gotta dodge Gates Ablaze. That's a good pickup for if they have Gates Ablaze and don't die here. We can shut off their card advantage engine and, like, play more threats out. Scale of 1 to dead, where are we at here? Are there any gates in the sideboard of this deck? I assume there's any gates in the sideboard. There are 2 copies of Nagate. Got some Crushing Canopies too, God bless. Okay. So, do I Knight destroy this? Or do I Knight make a 4/4 Deputy this? I think I'm just supposed to Knight destroy it because I want this out of play permanently. It's like a pretty good card for them. I think I'm supposed to hold on to this. I guess it's like a 2-turn clock versus a 3-turn clock. I'm just gonna go ahead and pass here. If they have like a Gate Colossus, this is like an out to that. I think it's the best deck I've played this standard. I think Sultai Krasis is definitely the best deck in the format, but I haven't played it yet. Deputy's a very good answer to that, which is nice. Good, clean answer to that one. Let's grab the Warden here. What's going on, Greek? Yeah, we're in the last deck of the evening. I agree. I think the 4-color Gates deck is good against Sultai, but I think Sultai against the field is good for Sultai. Like, just because a deck has hard matchups doesn't mean it can't still be the best deck against the field. And a present for you, and a present for you. Bye, friend. Do 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 do. Thunk thunk thunk. Got him. Got him. Nom 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 nom. This card's probably not playable. All right, what am I doing here? What are we getting rid of? Probably don't need Crushing Canopy. I have a lot of ways to take their enchantments off the table. You're playing limited right now. This is definitely a card I want. Applied Biomancy is probably the trim. Depose doesn't cycle very easily. Do I want the Ixalan's Binding? I think I want the Ixalan's Binding. I'm going to take the Deposes out. Let's give this a try. Which Sultai Krasis list? I haven't sat down to find the one I like the most yet. I'd probably start with just like the one that won the open and go from there. Yeah, Grace is just like, it's the best piece of ramp top end, right? Because like, it's a card where if you're flooding out, it just like gasses you right back up and presents a large threat. Now let's look sweet. Judith, there is something to Judith. I don't know where the correct way to play Judith is, but it doesn't cycle well. Sorry, that's a good question. So in Magic, the jargon cycle refers to a card drawing a card. So if a card replaces itself, we say it cantrips or cycles. So cycle and cantrip both mean a card draws a card when you play it. Generally, cycling refers to a card that doesn't do anything else when you draw a card with it. All it does is draw. It seems like pretty reasonable. It's just like, we're just going to be kind of like a Bant flash deck this game, right? We're going to like Growth Spiral into Frilled Mystic. Hey, Corey Bollinger, thank you for the 14-month resub. I really appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Hope you're having a good weekend wherever you're at. Copycat. Sunpetal Grove is a great draw here because it means I can inconspicuously pass with Frilled Mystic up, right? In Modern, it depends on how redundant it is and how interactive it is. We did play Declan Dinos to start today, and it'll be up on YouTube. Judge Judy needs a good home, I agree. Alright, let's just hang tight and keep passing with Frilled Mystic up till they give us a juicy target. Modern and no interaction. You need to Goldfish at turn 3 some of the time. Any decks that stood out in my mind from today? We played, what was the second one we played? Oh, the Sultai Nexus deck we played today was awesome. It's the best Nexus deck I've played in this format. It felt much better than every other Nexus deck I've played so far. So, if you like Nexus of Fate, you should check it out. If you don't like Nexus of Fate, I'm sorry. It did have ways to actually kill people. Yeah, it was Wilderness Reclamation deck. Yeah, the Sultai Nexus deck from today is definitely gonna be my deck of the day. My pick for the day. Knight of Autumn does kill Colossus, but they can get it back. And I also want to be resource efficient and stick my Teferi this turn while they're tapped out, just in case they boarded in counter spells. That's a fantastic draw. I was going to play a Krasis of my own here, but locking them out of all future Krasis is like real good here. If you missed the Sultai deck earlier, you'll be able to find the deck list as well as the video of us playing it on my website later, as well as my YouTube channel. Vanderveer is fun. It's a sweet card. It's got interaction and a way to actually close the game out, which is sweet. Yikes. Did I board out my Warrant Wardens? I don't think I did, right?
Let's skip to the good part.
I think I'm just doing this for 6. Sweet. We have Hero, and we did in fact keep Warden in my deck, which is great. Alright, well, they don't have any more lands, which is good for us. And this lets me cast Warrant this turn. Knight of Autumn could kill the Guardian, but I needed to answer this Gatebreaker Ram, so I wanted to dig this turn. Knight can kill the Colossus, yeah. I think I just want to chump block here and keep Teferi alive. Fairy Podmother. How have I not heard that nickname before? That is A+ fantastic. Fairy Podmother. Oh, you know, my sequencing here is bad. I probably should have warranted the Gatebreaker Ram before I declared blockers, because if they have a counterspell here, yeah, they got to eat my 3/2 for free now. So that was a mistake on my part. That was a sequencing mistake on my part. I wonder if I was supposed to just play another Giant Krasis here. I wonder if I was just supposed to hit them for 6 and play another Giant Fish. I was probably supposed to just hit them for 6 and play another Giant Fish. Go to bed. I can't go to bed for like another 3 hours. After we finish playing with this deck, I've got like an hour and a half of post-production work to do. Yikes. So if I'd have played a Giant Fish this turn, it would have been a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it would have died to that. So I guess all's well that ends well. So this is going to be for... X is 8. Yeah, it looks like 8. Okay, that's a Teferi to tuck this Gatebreaker Ram in. It's a Knight of Autumn to handle a Gatebreaker Colossus if it comes back down. I've got 10 mana total, so I'm going to put 11th land into play next turn. So I could go Teferi plus Knight plus Hold Negate up here, which means I can't Hero before I play those cards to generate value, but I think Holding Negate's more important than getting Hero value next turn. Alright, well, so much for racing. Well, I don't need to Knight of Autumn, right? What am I talking about, Knight of Autumn? I was thinking they had Gatebreaker Colossus. That's what I was talking about. But they do not. Actually, now I can go Hero Teferi and still hold Negate up. Yeah.
I can no longer stand by and walk not so fast.
The fact that they're locked out of playing their Krasises because of this Ixalan's Binding is real good for us, too. This feels like a good example. People were asking earlier, how do you beat the Gate stack? Like, pressure with counterspells is very, very good. Good way to approach it. That's fine. They can't play Krasis as a giant ramp payoff, so I'd much rather counter like a Guild Summit or a Gates of Blaze that's gonna like impact my board or draw them a bunch of cards. It's worth bringing in Baffling End to deal with the sheep. I don't know. That's an interesting question. Oh, it does shuffle the Ram, and the Gate Colossus are way more manageable, right? Because I have the Knight of Autumn. We've played a bunch of 4-color gates on this channel. I'm not sure that it's that bad against control, honestly. Stop it.
No time for a break.
Alright. Who's got 2 thumbs and is dead to a 3rd gates ablaze? This guy right here. Alright, so we attack them for... This is 12, 14 here, and they'll be dead next turn. So, big bucks, no 3rd sweeper. Go. Man, maybe I can beat the 3rd gates ablaze. Maybe I'm just supposed to hold the Warrant Warden here. Yeah, I'm probably supposed to hold the Warrant Warden. I think I was too aggressive. I think I could have beat the 3rd gates ablaze if I held the 4/4. Because, like, I have Knight of Autumn to, like, beat the Gate Colossus. Alright, well, they don't have gates ablaze, so that's good for me. Step 1. You're dead. God bless. We played Esper Control on stream since the new set. Not any good builds of Esper Control. Gold 2. I know thee well. Alright, let's make a couple of small changes here. For starters, let's get 4 of the best card in our deck. Never not 4 Hydroid Krasis, kids. These Law Mage bindings are too cute. I want a 3rd negate. I want a 4th Baffling End, obviously, too. Do I want another Frilled Mystic? I've been kind of impressed with this card so far in our main deck. Warden's actually been really good, too. We made a bunch of 4/4 so far. I think I'd rather have an extra Frilled Mystic than an extra Knight of Autumn. Pop back in here, shall we? Update the old Stream Decker. Improve Mystic's deck. It's technically harder to cast Immortals, so it's not strictly better, but it's mostly better, right? Perfect. Another Gates deck. Okay. I mean, this and Esper, which one's better? Probably Esper. I don't know, we've only played, like, 2 games with this deck. Like, the Esper deck has a proven pedigree at this point. This deck definitely doesn't have that. That's true. The fact that Bugler can't grab it is actually relevant in this format. I wonder if I was supposed to just give this +1/+1 last turn. Probably. Missed a point of damage. I'm choked on mana, so I'm just gonna, like, do this now. Hopefully we hit a land and we get to Knight of Autumn this. Perfect. Alright, don't blaze my gates. Gosh, if Bugler could grab... If it was a 2/2 that Bugler could grab, I'd just be playing like Bant Bugler all day. He'd just be like, nope, never not Bant. How blazed are my gates? Super blazed, got it. Land, please. Played a land that gained 3/2. Rude. Things are not looking good for our hero, chat. Hopefully they play something worth Frilled Mysticking here, and then I'll Frilled Mystic, untap, draw land, play Warden, and then have some pressure in play. Sure. Counter target spell. Kind of silly question is that, Magic Arena? Perfect. Just Just like we drew it up, chat. So suddenly have a bunch of pressure here, disrupted them a little. I have a dog or a cat. I do not have any pets in my home. That's not true. I have 2 pets. They are almost 5 and 3.5. And they're very messy. Playing someone the other day with the username 2drop shark. Shacker? I don't know if that's supposed to be a thing. Alright. Do you have Gates of Blaze doesn't kill my 4/4 here, which is great. I would love to draw another land. Do they have all their shots? Yeah, of course. Man, I don't know that we've touched on that one on this stream before. Vaccinate your kids. That's an important one. Science is good. Protect your children. This is a really important URL if you're ever interacting with anti-vaxxers. Save that one, it's useful. Denise Lettuce. Pretty sure it's 11 where you are, so it's a perfect time to share my 11 months. I've mostly lurked on YouTube, but keep up the good work. Thank you for the 11-month resub there, I appreciate that. Welcome back, thanks for keeping me employed here. Gosh, the Applied Biomancy. Make you bigger. Wait, what? Cancel. What are you doing? Give you 1/1, bounce you, kill you. The URL is very, very good. If you haven't seen this link before, it's definitely a good one to keep close at hand. There is a butt Jeff emote. We added that one. Added that one last night. So one time we brought in the gate and we brought in. Does that website come in a dark mode? Asking the real questions. Does it come with the dark mode? What did I trim last time? I trimmed Depose, I think. That's probably reasonable. Just like bring in negates and Ixalan's binding. I don't think I need Disdainful Stroke in this matchup. Do we want Stroke? I don't think so. I think I like the rest of my cards. Little spot of removal is good. What time is it where I am? It is currently 11:30 in the middle of the cornfields. Might need a buff. I mean, like, this style of deck that I'm playing is like a reasonable style of deck to beat up on them, right? Like we have pressure and we have counter spells. Nice HS clear. The Sultai turns deck felt really good. D-Stroke over Deputy because of Blaze. I don't think so. So Deputy not only triggers our stuff, but taking Krasis off the table with Deputy is very reasonable. But maybe I just leave 2 in. Yeah, maybe you're right. I should just leave 2 in. Do you have any favorite decks in Standard? Blue-Green, I do like Blue-Black Pirates still, but it didn't get any new toys. Blue-Black Pirates is still on my website. I like that one a lot. Blue-Green Climb is another one of my favorites, which is also on my site. Yeah, sounds great. Sign me up. Turn 2. It's hard to pass up like 3 lands, turn 2 Growth Spiral. I have no idea about Best of One. I don't play Best of One. Is that worth it? asking the real questions, Mage. I think the Gates deck will probably be pretty good, which is awesome. Please play a spell. Right, Benson? Can they see you waving that around? Asking the real questions. I don't think so. I don't know. I don't care. Bring it. Watch it wave. Watch it wave. Maybe I'm just supposed to play one of these as a 1-3. It's probably not unrealistic that I'm just supposed to play a 1-3 here. I think we're in the range of like play a 1-3 for no value. I can play a little baby Krasis. I didn't play a land yet this turn, right? Yeah, I was gonna play a 1-3 out. Yeah, I probably should have done this a while ago. Actually, you know what? This was a mistake. I should have just let this resolve, because I could Deputy of Detention it for free. Yeah, that was wrong. Although, drawing Teferi makes it feel very right.
You know what? I'm not done yet.
Now that we've seen the meta develop, how do you think the Black-White Angels hold up? I think that deck's fine. I think there's definitely, I think there's a lot of room to explore splashing in different directions of the Black-White Krasis deck. Or the Black-White Krasis, Black-White Krasis. Black-White Angels deck. Stay out of my life.
Keep up the pace.
Keep up the pace. X is going to be 6 on this next bad boy. Man, Krasis plus Teferi is kind of gas. Like, this can draw you into counterspells and this untaps for your counterspells. When you went to college, did you always know it was math, or did you study anything else beforehand? I originally went into undergrad with the expectation of being a computer science major, and then I took Calculus 1 during my freshman year and was like, nah, this is what I want to do. Took Calc 1 and was hooked.
Let's skip to the good part.
I think I'm supposed to hold on to these heroes for after they Gates Ablaze me. Abstract Algebra. You know, I can't place that at the moment. It's a polar opposite of how people react to calculus. Yeah, my brain's wired in a certain way. Honestly, the way it's wired is probably part of the reason why I'm good at magic. I started college when I was 16, so I took a lot of my math classes there, rather than doing them during high school. I think AP classes in the United States, especially in a lot of schools, are like a giant crock of crap, and kids should just like start at the community college earlier or take college classes rather than taking AP classes. It's really nonsensical in my opinion that like different schools can like reject certain AP grades, but will take any transfer credit that's like a C or better. Group theory, ring theory, field theory, modular arithmetic. Okay, yeah. I know that's not really memorable. That field isn't really fantastic to me. Calculus and graph theory are the two things I tend to enjoy. It's funny, like, so, like, I have a master's degree in mathematics for people that aren't aware, so, like, I've taught at high school and undergrad level, and, like, the AP calc classes in high schools are more rigorous than the average college calc class, and they transfer to less places for credit, which is just, like, super messed up. They're harder, and you get less for it. It's just so silly.
We need to move quickly.
That's an amazing draw. That probably locks it up. I mean, you know, I honestly wasn't expecting a lot out of this build, but it's just like, it's weird. We put a bunch of good cards in our deck, and, like, we're doing well. It is dependent, but I've worked with, in my experience, after working with a couple of colleges and a couple of high schools, that tends to be the case with the ones I've seen at least. Average amount of mana per deck, usually you want about 24 lands in most decks, if you're not sure where to go. How high your curve is and how many cards you have that draw other cards can vary how many lands you want to play, but if you're unsure, 24 is a good amount. Aggro decks can get away with 22 to 23 if they're stopping at, like, 4 mana cards, which is a couple of those. And, like, mid-range decks will generally want 25 or 26 or more, or controlling decks. Man, we have just been devouring these Gates decks. Yeah, that resolves. Teferi Emblem into Krasis is kind of hilarious.
That can't help you now.
So, you're still dead on board, right? So what are we doing here? You just, like, Frilled Mystic this Angel and move on with our lives? As a Spirits player, this deck makes me feel things. It is very similar to that, isn't it? Alright, so... Alright, that resolves. This is probably dead.
I will phase you out of the time stream.
No! I have X is 8! No! The X was 8, opponent, come back! Come back! Why do you hate fun? Why do they hate fun, chat? Why? Don't be the enemy of fun. Don't do it. Don't do it. I should have let them resolve their ram. Just, like, let the ram resolve, end step Frilled Mystic. That seems pretty good. He wanted the style on you. I do hate fun, Niv. I am a fun-hating monster. Confirmed fun-hating monster. I haven't seen a 5-color variation anywhere. Interesting. So I think I'm just going to hold up Applied Biomancy as a way to save this. They play a removal spell on it. I have no idea. I'd imagine the Sultai deck's better post-board. It's probably a worse Nexus deck for best of one. The reason why I liked the Sultai Nexus deck was because it felt good in post-board games. The problem Nexus decks usually have is that post-board they get dumpstered. So I would like to make this bigger, and I would like to pick this up. Getcha. Yoink. Dece plus. I wonder if they're, speaking of Sultai Nexus, I wonder if they're playing Sultai Nexus. The Applied Biomancy has been better than expected. If you asked me to grade Applied Biomancy at this current point in time, I would stamp exceeds expectations on it. I think they might be, Burgle. We've been killing people with Warden, which has been really good too. It feels weird to say, but I think they might not be garbage. All right, there's only 3 cards in their bin, so I'm just gonna go ahead and Krasis for 4 here. And then next turn we can Light of Autumn, kill the Search. Hopefully we draw a green source next turn, so we can Knight of Autumn, kill the Search, plus hold up Frilled Mystic.
I guess today's your lucky day.
You should also just assume any card that's a combat trick that I tell you is constructed playable, you should probably just assume it's like way worse than it actually is, because I love me a constructed playable combat trick. I just pass here with the Frilled Mystic up. I don't really care about the Search at this point. Resolves. If they don't give us something to Frilled Mystic, we can get to the Thopter. To the Thopter! To the Thopter! Get to the Thopter! Rude. What if they have a removal spell? If they have a removal spell for this too, we could be in trouble. Dunk, dunk. Opponent checking out their options. I really don't like them using this now. I feel like they're probably supposed to have done that during the end of turn while I was tapped out, so they could try and hit a removal spell for the Krasis. Get out of my deck. So, like, if they weren't dead on board, I'd let this resolve because I don't care. But, like, they are dead on board, so, like, they don't need to look at my deck. Main deck Unward Ego, get out of here. I think they're a control deck, which probably means I don't want Deputy of Detention. Probably also don't want Applied Biomancy here. How broken do you feel like the stage is? Not broken at all. Perfectly fine. You know how you know this format's like fantastic and very balanced? It's because there's like 12 different cards that different people will tell you are broken and need to be banned, and they're all perfectly fine. This format's great because there's lots of powerful things you can do in it. Nice, Weather Lady. The nail biters are always the sweet ones, right? We're just like, 1 is not 0. Pull me in by the skin of the teeth. Yeah, we're running a long one today, Warder. We're about to cross the 9-hour mark for today. Pretty solid stream. Thanks everybody for dropping in. Remember, if you're a new viewer, you don't see me usually, I am live on Twitch 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Monday through Friday during the week usually. If that doesn't jive for your schedule, but you enjoy the way I discuss my plays and things like that, be sure to check out my website and my YouTube channel. Absolutely 100% of the stuff that I stream gets archived in both of those places. You can find just the stuff that you care about. So in addition to playing main deck Unmoored Ego, my opponent has put us on the play for game 2. Sure. What's my favorite standard deck currently? I think Blue-Green Climb. I don't know. There's a lot going on in the standard format that's pretty great. Yeah, the Neo. I've got a box of Neo. I've got a wrapper from a Neo bar right here next to me, and I've got a couple. Actually, got a box and a half left. Actually, need to tell them I need more soon. They send me 2 boxes a month. Sometimes I have to buy extra. The only thing I would note about the Neo bars, because some people, it might not be obvious if you don't read it, is they're not meal replacement protein bars. So they're only, I think they're like 90 or 100 calories. So they're more of a snack than a meal. But they are good. They taste wonderful. All of the stuff over here on this scrolling banner are advertisers that I work personally with. So all of those products are things I try firsthand to make sure they're good stuff before I take them on. Yeah, raspberry, they only do chocolate exceeded gaming. They are crunchy, actually, which is great. Stop it. My thoughts on Red Bull. I've actually never had Red Bull. So the things scrolling down below me here, I've used some of those things, but those are all sponsors that are pulled through by the Tempo Storm team that I'm a part of. So a lot of the stuff in there, like this, I don't know if we had Lucid Sound down there. There's a Lucid Sound banner below my stream. Lucid Sound is one of Tempo Storm sponsors. Their headset is quite wonderful. And I have a DX Racer coming at some point. Heard good things about the Racer too. One of my buddies has one of their chairs. Get to the Thopter. To the Thopter. Sweet. Alright. So, jam. Welcome to the jam, baby. Pretty sure I just do this. I'm not a huge fan of this chair I have now. In fact, this chair I have now is like my one like adult purchase where like I spent a bunch of money on something and I was like really disappointed with the result. Roar. With two Thopter tokens here to insulate the Carnage Tyrant against a sacrifice effect like a Plightcraft or an Eldritch Reborn, we should be pretty okay here. Hey, Evars, thanks for the raid. Hope you had a good stream this evening. We are almost at the tail end ourselves here. We're probably going to play this match and maybe one more. I actually am getting one of those. CNJ, they're supposed to be getting me one in the mail here at sometime soon. I think they said the first week of February actually, so should be here at some point. They were back ordered a little bit. It actually isn't a Herman Miller chair. It's a brand that had good reviews. The Herman Miller highbacks were like $1,000, and this chair was like $500, and I really wanted a highback chair. All right, so I think we just ignore Karn and try and kill them. Pretty sure we just ignore Karn and try and kill them. And I think I just want to hold up deploy here. Because, like, this exiled a land, so, like, I really don't care. Like, Karn has to, like, 2 spells to be good here. Like, these colors just don't have a great way to deal with Carnage Tyrant.
Oh, say hello to my little friend.
We haven't played against any aggro decks yet. Settle in the board could maybe be useful. I don't know. I've got a bunch of Baffling Ends in the sideboard, which are like reasonable against aggro decks too. Okay, just go ahead and deploy here. Attack you. Rats. I wonder if I'm supposed to Warden there. Maybe I'm supposed to Warden so that way they can't go spot removal into Edict effect. They didn't block, chat. Oh, you're saying warrant my token. Okay, yeah, you're right. You're right. I could have warranted my token.
Curious choice.
Okay, so they messed up by letting me get to attackers, but then because they let me get to attackers, I could have warranted my token. Okay, yeah, you're right. Alright, let's load up. Let's fire up one more here. Thanks everyone for hanging out through the end. This hero deck's actually been really good. The hero card is just so hard to evaluate. It's good in so many shells. Having counter spells to protect it is gross, believe it or not. Frilled Mystic's been A+ with it. I kind of want to just try and jam hero into the more traditional Bant Flash shell, but honestly, this one feels pretty reasonable as well. I'm gonna mulligan this. I'm gonna mulligan this. I'm just in a color. This seems much better. I don't know what. Go ahead and submit it through the forum, dearest, but no promises. I really don't feel like Bant Flash wants to play Wilderness Reclamation. Man, just mono. People really took to heart watching us play Gates here earlier tonight, I guess. I think Is It Drake's? I think Is It Drake's is great. I think it's a powerful, proactive deck that it plays reasonable amounts of interaction. Is It Drake's is actually probably really good against this Gates deck. Because it's like this deck has pressure plus counter spells. Okay. So, trying to dodge Gates Ablaze here until we can find... If they don't Gates Ablaze us this turn, we get 2 shots at a green source. Which would be ideal. This is like our 3rd or 4th time playing Gates in this deck. I'll see you in my office. You've been deposed. Green source. That's unfortunate. They played Magic until Arena was Odyssey, so I'm curious about the Glacial Krasis. It's a feel-good strong card, but you think it's current popularity because it's a new set? I don't know. I think everybody likes to overestimate. Like, it's very... People are super... like results based and like don't like think about their sample sizes too deeply. I think really want to hit a green source here. Yikes. Oh, that's actually good. That's lethal, right? I can depose this, which kicks us up to 10, and then the Applied Biomancy is lethal for 11. God bless you, little Applied Biomancy. You're the little combat trick that could. Oh, Applied Biomancy. Sorry, Grace is like, it's very easy to like play, like right here, for instance, we've played Gates like 4 of our last 5 matches, right? That doesn't mean Gates is 80% of the format. Like, it's very easy to like have a small sample size and start thinking that like your sample size is representative of things, but it's just like really not in reality. You get 1/1, you go back where you came from. Dunk. At least I know how to sideboard for the last match of the night. I mean, but like, so people in chat right now are trying to justify this as the most played deck for reasons, like just because they're looking at my smalls. Like, you're literally doing what I just said you shouldn't do. Earlier tonight, we played like 6 matches in a row, and we played against Sultai like 5 out of those 6 matches. Like, again, the sample sizes are just small, and it's very easy and a very human thing to do to let yourself feel tricked into like, this is representative, when really it's just like a small sample size that's meaningless as far as things go. Yeah, I think Sultai mid-range is probably the best deck. It's just very flexible and has a lot of good, powerful answers. I can't decide if I want Ixalan's binding in this matchup. I don't think I do. Maybe I trim a Warden. Just like get a 4th counter, 8th counter in here. Much like his children, yep. Yeah, submit it through, dearest. If it's got Krasis, it's probably not unreasonable to play that card. This hand is great. Needs a couple more lands, but the spells are good, and we've got all our colors. Slim Wenzi, thank you for the 13-month resub. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me employed here. How do you beat Krasis? You beat Krasis by going under it with an aggressive deck, or going way over the top of it with a hard control deck. Alright, lands, please. Yeah, I agree. And like when I say best deck, people just like want to hear me say something's way better than everything else. But like in reality, when I say best deck, I mean like it's like marginally better because it's flexible. Land, please. Land, please. Ding, ding, ding. Pay 2 life. Oh, tempo. Yeah, Drillbit takes any non-land card. All right, untapped land, please. All of our lands are untapped. Any land. Rats. Huh. How dead do we want to be to Gates Ablaze? They totally would have Gates Ablazed if they had it, right? I don't know. It's late and I want to be done. God, if we'd hit a land there, if we'd have been able to hold up the gate this turn, we'd just like have stuffed them in a box. They did tank on the Krasis, like it's possible they had gates and they had a blaze and wanted to play around the gate last turn. Deafening. Oh, they didn't have white. Okay, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. Got it. Thanks. Unfortunate we missed that land drop. Unfortunate. Otherwise, they'd be dead right now. Right now? Yeah, probably a couple hundred. I'm pretty ready for bed. And by pretty ready for bed, I mean I'm already not going to bed for another hour, 2 hours, because I have to do post-production work. Yeah, we played 4-color gates with 3 Clarions in the sideboard tonight. It's very reasonable. All right, looking for a land here still, so we can play Knight of Autumn to kill this, plus hold the gate up. Okay, sweet. Again, not playing this other hero out beforehand, because I want to hold this negate up against another sweeper. While the Gate Colossus can keep coming back when they play gates out, because they don't have something like because they don't have something like the Gate Summary or whatever that card's called in play, they're actually not gaining card advantage. It's actually cost them a draw step. Sure, Big Mama. As you will. So if they have a 3rd sweeper, we're going to concede. If they don't have a 3rd sweeper, we're in a pretty reasonable spot. They had a 3rd sweeper, they would have played it, so I'm not going to play around them drawing one. Because if I get to untap with this, the game is over. And if they rip the third sweeper and like I play this, I draw a land and play this, we could still be okay here. So, do you have it? That was like the worst possibles for us, right? Yeah, we'd have maybe been okay here if we'd have drawn our fifth land by turn 6 or 7, but that combined with them ripping the fourth sweeper, just yeah, we're done here. Wow, they left mass manipulation in. Okay. Seems really expensive against our aggressive deck. The Bant Flash mid-range deck, Gates. You think Gates is a bad matchup for the Bant Flash deck? You're probably playing it wrong then. I think decks like Bant Flash and this one are very good against the Gates deck. Like, a lot of things had to go very right for my opponent there to be in that game. It was a close game with us stumbling a lot there. Maybe I want the second Disdainful Stroke just because they left in mass manipulation. And I don't know. Like, I don't know. What is it better than, basically, is the question. Yeah, probably gonna have to end on a low note here. That sucks. Oh, seems pretty good. I would love another land. I think that's a good assessment. Any deck that played Frilled Mystic is probably good against Gates. Concur. Counter spells and threats are both good in this matchup, and Frilled Mystic is both of those things. Alright, let's draw lands for the next 2 turns, please. Green source into something else. Oh, alright. So you're saying there's a chance. I'm gonna stroke the crap out of a Root this turn if they play one. Gatebreaker Ram, Chris. Gobble gobble. How ablazed are the gates? Not very. Land, please. Yep. That's fine. We had a good we had a good run. We beat this matchup a bunch of times and we like missed a 5th land drop and died, and then like mulliganed to 5 and died. It's just magic sometimes. We had a lot of good beats. Alright, if they play an untapped land and mass manipulation by Teferi, I'm conceding. Just to set the bar. If we can untap if we can untap with our board here, we should be in a good spot. But if we don't get to untap with our board, we're probably dead. That is not an untapped land. If they have Gates Ablaze, they need to pull the trigger. This is not a good scene for us. Okay. Alright. So you're saying there's a chance. That's all I really need, chat. All I need is a chance. Take a chance on me. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Think of Dive Down and Rhythm of the Wild in the Gate deck. Why? What problem are you solving by adding those cards? What issue are you fixing? What cards are you changing? What possible issues do you introduce by changing said cards? Hey, cool Tink. Thank you very much for the brand new Prime support. Hope you're having a good weekend wherever you're at. Thanks for dropping in here today. Okay. So, Teferi is going to bite the big one here. But if their only piece of action is this Gate Guardian this turn, I get to Disdainful Stroke that, and then I get to hero into Frilled Mystic this goat off the top of their deck next turn. Sure. Getting the Gates Ablaze. I wonder if they just have another sweeper in their hand. Oh, I guess they have to kill that there, otherwise they can't kill Teferi because I could chump block. Most fun deck to play. Pirates or Blue-Green Climb are my two favorites. Negate is actually an excellent draw as well here. So, depending on how this goes, like with all these Frilled Mystics and stuff, we might actually be able to punch through this Gatebreaker Ram. I guess it's awkward that I can't negate and Frilled Mystic this turn, which means if I Frilled Mystic the Ram and they have a sweeper after, I'm in trouble. But if they had Deafening Clarion, they'd play it pre-combat. Root, that's fine. This is like marginally bad for us. Their last card is Krasis, but like if they just play the Gatebreaker Ram here, that's okay for us. Weird sequencing on their part here. And like again, them putting Gatebreaker Colossus on top like really isn't the end of the world because like they're not generating card advantage while they do this. No, it's just standard today SCTR. Also, I don't think I added that to the queue. I think I forgot. I'm gonna make a note now. Yesterday was a long day. SCTR, could you do me a solid and DM me a list for that deck? Oh, am I just passing here? I think I'm just passing. No, I can't double Frilled. Can I double Frilled Mystic? I have 8. I think I need to... I think I just pass for now. I'm gonna Frilled Mystic the crap out of this 8/8. And then if they play Gatebreaker Ram, we let it resolve and then play Deputy of Detention. We mulliganed to 5 this game, right? This was the same game we mulliganed to 5? Anybody remember? We started on 5 cards this game, right? And now I have Negate plus... No, I'm one mana short of having Negate plus Mystic. This matchup seems good. Thank you, SCTR. I appreciate it. Dunk, dunk, dunk. All right, now the game's over. Got it. Locked up. Yeah, it does. This deck feels a lot like Spirit. Someone else commented on that earlier, and this build feels very, very Spirits-esque. Very Spirits-esque. I'm still going for earlier. Been going for a little over 9 hours. Ooh, gold 1. It's the first time we've gotten there. My hand was stacked, look no numbers. I had 2 more Frilled Mystics and a Negate. It was kind of absurd. Yeah, so, I was actually just like really, you can find the Pirates deck and lots of other awesome standard decks on my website. I was really impressed with what this deck is doing. Having Frilled Mystic to protect Hero felt awesome. Hydroid Krasis plus Teferi, Hero of Dominaria, was also great. Just like being able to like draw a bunch of cards and then untap our lands to like have a meaningful 2-mana spell up felt like very reasonable, especially with the Negates post sideboard too. So I felt like this deck was going to be kind of clunky and anti-synergistic looking at it on paper, but the way the games ended up playing out, especially against the Gates matchup that we played there, the pieces really felt like they fell in well together. That's going to be it for me for tonight, folks. Remember, if you want to see more of my content, I just linked my website, jeffhoagland.com, in the chat. Everything I stream gets archived there. If you're looking to explore the standard format, we've been playing a ton. There's probably 100+ hours of this current format since RNA released up there by now. I'm going to be taking tomorrow or today. It's technically Sunday already here. I'm taking all day off today from streaming. I'll be live again Monday morning. If you didn't catch all 9 hours of today's stream and you're interested in some of the decks that were listed in the queue that we played, everything from this is going to get published probably about 2.5 hours from now once everything gets processed on the YouTube. So thanks for watching, folks, and as always, a shout out to all of my wonderful subs and my sponsors and my wonderful Tempo Storm folks. So catch y'all around later. If you prefer to stay on Twitch as opposed to watching my YouTube stuff, I'm going to find another wonderful person playing Arena to host now. So thanks for hanging out.